Hi, this is Madeline. I'm in your Psychology 2300 course, 67W. This is my feedback video. I've been kind of pushing it off, just kind of waiting for the baby to go to sleep, but it's about to be the end of the day, and we gotta record this. um, Enjoy. Well, so I kind of made a few notes. I'm just kind of looking over them. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. There's a lot of things that I've enjoyed, and I am enjoying about this course. I feel like psychology is such a big topic. There's just so many smaller things that make up psychology. It kind of goes a little bit into the science. There's a bit of like the mind, the physiological aspect of it. There's just so much to it that there's just a bit of everything for everyone to pick at. And I just love that we get to go over all of that. Um, I remember I took a psychology course in high school. For my senior year, I just needed an extra elective just to kind of fill my schedule. And I remember just falling in love with it. And even to the fact that I was kind of career planning around that. Once the end of the senior year, at the end of the senior year, I ended up switching course and just going for something else, more towards the science aspect of life. um, and I wasn't going to take psychology for this semester, just thinking that I kind of had an overall general idea or that I knew it all. And I'm just really glad that I did enroll in this course, and it helped make the online courses so much pleasant. This is actually my first semester back in school. I had gone for one semester after high school, and then just life happens. There's bills to pay. When you're living alone, you have to work. No one is going to support you or maintain you. So little by little, I kind of got blinded, um, just with my life and my paychecks, if anything, being young and a little immature. Um, so it's been a while. I've always been this overachiever or straight A student. I like to know everything. I like to stay communicated with my instructors and just kind of know what's happening. And I was really worried that for my first semester back in school, that taking all online courses, I was going to struggle or just kind of lack the discipline that I once had. But this course really helped ease that worry, those stresses away. I think one of the main things that I really, really love about this course is that there's a schedule. Basically, every week I know that I need to read my chapter. I know that there's a Revel quiz. I know that there's a discussion board topic. I know that those are the things that are always constant. They're always there. So if I know that if I slacked on Monday, for example, or if I was just behind on another homework, I know where I am, schedule wise or routine wise in my week, especially with my little one. In fact, he's just a few days old. Or with my toddler, with work, coming home, cooking, cleaning, all of that stuff, they take up time as well. So it kind of helps me as a student or even as a mom or in general. It just helps me plan my day and my week, and I know where to focus on, and I know how much time I'll be able to dedicate to the course or where to kind of adjust, if anything. So that's probably one of the biggest things that I love about this course, the fact that we kind of have that routine. I love the reminders as well. That really, really helps. At the end of the week, sometimes you've been thinking of something for so much that last minute you actually end up forgetting. It's kind of crazy, but it happens sometimes. I usually have sticky notes everywhere, my planner with me, but there's always something that slips off my mind, and that reminder really helps. I'm really glad because not all professors remind you of what needs to be done. And I know we're in college and you're responsible, you're older, you're mature, we're not in high school anymore. So things aren't handed down to you in a silver platter, but it really helps. And it helps us succeed, I think. Personally, I love this class. I am so happy I took it. Another thing that I really love are the lecture videos. I feel like that really makes the online course experience so much like heart like warming, like more personal. It's really nice to see the way you talk about certain topics or certain subjects. You can definitely tell that you're in the right place. It just shows your passion, and I love that personally as a student. It makes me want to engage because I know that my instructor is engaged and that they know what they're talking about. And then also just kind of having that little discussion. Sometimes there are things that are mentioned that are not in the book, or things that are in the book but that don't make sense. So sometimes in the lecture video, it just kind of it gets clarified, or vice versa, and I love that. It helps really make that connection. Usually, or in this, I guess it could be a suggestion. I wouldn't change anything about the course, to be honest. Everything is just so organized. There's a nice routine. But more like a suggestion, I feel like me personally, I like to know everything, like I said. So as I'm reading, I'm taking notes, I'm highlighting. I make a whole lot of sticky notes that I go back to in regards to looking things up or looking for examples, looking at videos online. Perhaps kind of choosing one mini topic in a chapter to kind of make a mini video on and just kind of emphasize more on that subject or that little topic of the chapter, or maybe just to create a review for us, let's say for a test, or I don't know, I just maybe another little video somewhere in the week. That would really, I think that's asking for too much, but it would be a great addition to the course, based on the way that you have it. um, Another thing, there isn't much that I would change, to be honest. I kind of wish maybe we would go more into details with certain case scenarios, or that perhaps if you were able to recommend certain YouTube videos or certain cases to kind of help build upon certain concepts or theories or case studies, that would also really help. I guess us as the students build connection to what is being studied or mentioned in the textbook, because the textbooks does provide a lot of good major studies or major just key points to relate on, but there's just so many new studies or new information, and it would just kind of be great to know a little bit more about it. So I guess that would be my other suggestion. So far everything has been, like I said, it's been pretty routine, it's fairly straightforward. As long as you have discipline and you're on top of your stuff, the course is actually very easy to pass. It's just all about the reading, I would say. Um, and yeah, so far, my favorite part, my favorite chapter, I would say, was probably the one with the sensory information. I kind of love how there was a bit of science involved to that. There was a bit of the psychology behind everything. I think it's amazing. I feel like most of us take our five senses for granted, and it's incredible how our body does so much, and it just seems like I said, we all take it for granted. But I worked at an eye clinic, so I've seen, or I still see, I guess, young people who don't seem to worry too much when they're losing their eyesight, just because they don't understand that what they're seeing, it is not what everyone else is seeing. And once they come back a few months later for their follow-up, you see how scared they are and how sad it is. It's so sad, and how sad they are. Um, and I guess that chapter just really helps me go back to just being grateful that, I'm able to touch, I'm able to see things. I appreciate my food a little bit more. And then I appreciate, for example, my baby, knowing that he's healthy and that he has these five senses. It makes me as a mom want to kind of explore around these sensory theories, and kind of helps, just kind of help maybe with his development. I think that's just really cool. I love how we're able to take these things that we're learning and kind of help apply it to our everyday lives, um, or even look more into it and see if there's something that we can benefit from this. Um, I am looking forward to the next chapter, and chapter 11. I think those are the two chapters that definitely capture my attention. I know we haven't read them yet, but I have skimmed through them. And I'm just kind of excited to kind of dig more into those two chapters, if anything. I was really hoping to kind of go over more into details or look at more examples of the original school of thoughts, and just to kind of compare them, because there was a lot of information in that first chapter. But that was probably another of my favorite takeaways so far. Um, but yeah, aside from that, everything is great. I am enjoying the class. I love the lecture videos. I love the reminders. Oh, another thing, I really love how we have the weekly shout outs. Um, Being adults, I think that no one is taking anything too personally. But when you feel like your teacher is paying attention and is actually engaged to you and to your hard work, it makes you as a student feel really good. You feel acknowledged, and you feel like you're not um, just another student in the crowd. It actually makes you feel, like I said, like you're engaged with your instructor, like there is actually some kind of connection. And I love that. It motivates me so much to keep on going and to keep trying my best. Um, but yeah, that's another of my favorite things. I almost forgot. But aside from that, I'm really happy I took this course. Like I said, I almost didn't take it. Um, but I feel like I definitely am learning so much more. And I think now that I'm also older, it just kind of tends to click, and it helps me be more conscious as well. I feel like there's a lot of uh, hidden parenting tricks in these courses, and it really helps. I'm thrilled, and I just wanted to thank you so much for everything so far. I think you're doing an amazing job. Thank you.